Hello everyone, welcome to the third episode of Gaming Creepypasta Stories. Today we're going to be talking about the BEN Drowned Majora's Mask Creepypasta. Now this story, I think a few of you might have heard about this. There are posts of this on 4chan and videos of it on YouTube. Yes, this creepypasta, unlike other ones, has video footage from the author of the story. I will be showing you the videos throughout this whole episode, but anyway, let's read all about BEN Drowned. Now this story is actually really long, so I'll just narrow it down to the basics and only tell the more important facts of the story starting now. Okay, here we go. Alright, the creepypasta simply starts out with a person named Jadusable, and he had made a post on 4chan about having this creepy experience with a haunted copy of the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. It all began when Jadusable had moved into his dorm at college when he was a sophomore. While there, a friend of his gave him his old Nintendo 64 to play on. So after that, he had decided to visit the local garage sales in a few neighborhoods. As he was leaving, he saw one last house that caught his attention. There was only one table and had a creepy old man was behind it. He just saw random junk on the table, so he asked the man if he had any old video games, and later came back with a standard gray Nintendo 64 cartridge, but there was no label, and it just had the word Majora written on it with a black marker. Jadusable then asked the old man how much he wanted for the game, but the man said that he could have it for free, and he also said that it belonged to a kid that didn't live there anymore. So as Jadusable was leaving with the cartridge, the old man said, "Goodbye, Ben." When he put in the game and started it up, he noticed that there was already one save file, and it was called Ben. He noticed that the previous owner was very far, near the end of the game. Of course, thinking it was just a normal file, he goes to make a new game in the second file, and he calls it Link. So as he plays through the game, he notices that the NPCs would call him Link as normal or Ben at random times. He thought it was some weird programming issues, and so he deleted the Ben save file because it was kind of creeping him out. But now all the NPCs will call his character nothing, just a blank space. Eventually, after all of that, Jadusable decided to attempt the fourth day glitch. Now, if you don't know what it is, it's basically when the clock is about to hit 0 on the final day, you go talk to the astronomer and look through their telescope. So if you time it right, the clock on the bottom disappears and it'll just give you another day. Apparently, Jadusable managed to do it on his first try, and when he pressed B to exit the telescope, he had for some reason been teleported to the Majora boss fight room, the one at the end of the game, and he saw Skull Kid floating over him, but there was no sound at all, just the regular background music for the area. Jadusable knew that Skull Kid never appeared in this area, and at that point he thought the game was all bugged up. He was about to press the reset button when suddenly a text box appeared on screen stating, "You're not sure why, but you apparently had a reservation." He instantly knew that phrase, as it was an actual phrase said by Andrew at the stop pod in. Jadusable thought the game was trying to communicate with him, but then 15 seconds later another text box came up and it said, "Go to Lair the Temple's boss, yes or no?" He realized that he couldn't press no at all, so he picked yes. At that point, the screen faded to white, and the words "Dawn of a New Day" appeared with a subtext of lines underneath. Jadusable then appeared to be in a weird Twilight Zone version of Clock Town, and he noticed that all the residents were missing. But what replaced them was the ominous feeling that there was something in the area that was watching him, literally. But at the same time, the song of healing was playing, except it was in reverse, and it would get louder, building up as if something was going to pop up, but nothing ever did. Plus, it would loop over and over again. Sometimes he would hear the laugh of the happy mask salesman in the background. Jadusable was now trying to leave Clock Town, but whatever he tried to do, he would be warped to another part of the town. He tried using the ocarina to help, but it did nothing as well. Jadusable then thought if he could drown Link in the laundry pool, he could spawn somewhere else and leave. But as soon as he got to the pool, Link grabbed his head and the screen flashed and the happy mask salesman smiled at him. Not Link, he was smiling right at Jadusable. It was accompanied by the Skull Kid's scream, and when the screen came back, he saw the Link statue from when playing the Elegy of Emptiness song. At that point, Link began to make weird animations that he had never seen before, such as he would flail his arms around or spasm randomly. As Jadusable was trying to leave, the Link statue appeared yet again, and he tried to attack it, but it would do nothing. Then the screen flashed again, and the Happy Mask salesman was smiling like before. after he ran away from it, really terrified. Jadusable had then been warped to an underground tunnel as the reverse song of healing came back. While he was there, the Link statue teleported in front of him again. He tried to escape it, but it would simply follow Jadusable, no matter where he went. As Jadusable got out of the tunnel, he had heard a Redead scream upon reaching 7 Clock Town. The screen went to black and Dawn of a New Day appeared on screen, as well as the same subtext from before. The screen had faded back in and Jadusable found himself on top of the clock tower and saw Skull Kid and the moon floating over him. A new song was playing this time. It was the Stone Tower Temple theme playing in reverse. In a desperate attempt, Jadusable shot 3 arrows with his bow at the Skull Kid, when a text box appeared saying, "That won't do any good, hee hee." At that point, Link began to levitate off the ground, on his back. He then screamed and burst into flames, instantly killing him. Skull Kid then laughed and was then spawned in the same area. Whatever Jadusable would do after that, Link would still blow up in flames and die. But on the 3rd attempt, he had remembered that when in the original encounter with Skull Kid, you were supposed to play the Song of Time with the ocarina. As soon as he was about to hit the last note though, Link burst into flames again. This time, as the death screen was nearing its end, the game began to chug, as if it was trying to process something. When the screen came back, it was the same scene, but Link's lifeless body was lying on the ground in a position that Jadusable had never seen. After approximately 30 seconds, a message appeared and it said, "You met with a terrible fate, haven't you?" Followed by returning him to the title screen. As he entered the file select screen, he noticed that his Link save file was gone and it was replaced with another file called Your Turn. He loads this file and he sees Link's lifeless body again and the Skull Kid was laughing over and over again. So he reset the game. When he appeared back in the file select menu, he saw another save file under Your Turn, and it was called BEN, the same file he had deleted when he first began the game. Jadusable then shut the game off and decided that he would go back to the old man's house to get some answers the next day. So he drove back to the old man's house the next day with a friend of his, but as soon as they got there, Jadusable saw a for sale sign at the house. After that, he decided to ask a neighbor about all this, and he said that the old man was moving. He had discovered that the old man was not married, nor did he have any children. When Jadusable asked the neighbor about Ben, his face turned grim and he learned that around 8 years ago, on April 23rd, there had been an accident with a boy named Ben, 4 doors down. He then went back and decided to go play the game again. After loading the game up, he saw 2 files that were there before, and their names Your Turn and Ben. So Jadusable then selected the Ben save file and was expecting for something bad to happen. With all his courage, however, he selected it. And that's where we're going to end the story for now. If you want to read the rest of the story for yourself, link will be in the description where you can go and see what happens next. Well, before I tell you my thoughts on it, I did forget to say this. The Link statue is supposed to represent Ben. He basically can also appear on the internet as well. Cleverbot mostly. Anyway, this is actually one of the longest creepypastas I've ever read, and I highly recommend reading it for yourself. Alright, enough of that. Let's hear my final thoughts about the BEN Drowned creepypasta. So first off, the question you're probably all looking for is, did this actually happen and is it real? Well, the answer I have to say is no. The reason why is that apparently it was confirmed by Jadusable himself that Ben was a hoax and that it was all made up. But looking back at it, it's still creepy to this very day. I gotta tell you that. Seriously. Now, second of all, I like the story because I got creeped out a bit when I read the story and it was pretty fabricated. Now, the final reason I can give to you is about the video footage that was recorded showing the events of this creepypasta. If you want to watch the footage yourself, links to all the videos in Jadusable's channel will be in the description as well. The videos prove well what is going on in the story, so I recommend looking at those after this video ends. After you're done watching all of them, comment on this video saying how it was, okay? Well, I guess that's going to have to be it for BEN Drowned. I was creeped out a little bit while I was talking all about this, but I just hope you'll read the rest of this suspenseful and popular story on the Creepypasta Wiki website. Once again, link will be in the description where you can go and find this and find out what happens next. But everyone, this has concluded another episode of Gaming Creepypasta Stories. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, comment, and subscribe. That helps me out a lot. Also, if you haven't watched my previous 2 episodes, which were Pokemon Creed Black and Herobrine from Minecraft, I recommend you go watch them to see how they are. So thanks for watching, viewers. This is me, Pokemon 493 fan, signing out for today. Bye.